Good morning. Let's go see outside.
Friday I asked you all a question that, wow, I'm just sitting here like, hey guys, anybody want to do coffee?
What up, y'all? Let's do coffee.
Jesus, sit like a lady, Cam. Okay. So Friday I asked you all a question that falls into the abyss of our differing belief systems, my ex and I. I am absolutely hell-bent on not bringing the same shit that I have carried into every relationship to my next one. That I'm not going to do. And that's why I asked you the question. If I need to expand, I need your help. Here's the question. When you are in a committed relationship, what do you require your spouse to share with you relative to your friendships, and why? First, I'm going to read a message I received from my cousin Christina. She is finishing up her PhD in psychology with a focus in cognitive neuroscience. Yeah. She got the smart chains. So here's what Christina wrote. Interesting question, cuz I agree with you 100%. Except for the case where whatever information the friend confides directly to you when that information affects your partner or spouse. In that case, I think it's a gray area and probably depends on how long you've had a relationship with the friend versus the spouse and how deep the relationship with each is. But honestly, in all reality, if a partner or spouse ever said to me that they expected me to share something told to me in confidence by a friend, and that was a requirement of the relationship, then that would be a huge red flag for me. And I'd be running for the hills because flat out, it means they don't trust me. Right? I'm cracking up at my dramatic lesbian self. I look like such a lesbian, right? And that's cool. Listen, lesbian is not an insult. All right, it's not an insult. To this day, I meet lesbians who feel somehow like they're insulted that I suggest that they're acting or looking like a lesbian. I was talking to a friend of mine who has a very deep-seated background in Christianity. And I'm talking about, not like me, I went to Catholic school, but I was like shooting spitballs and hiding my watch alarm to go off on repeat in religion class, you know, and putting it in somebody else's pencil case. Whose alarm is going off, says Father so-and-so. There's an alarm going off in here. And I'm just sitting there like, okay, I'm not talking about that kind of Christianity. I'm talking about, I will be a virgin until I get married to my man who I will be submissive to. And I will be a good child birther. That one. That's the one. The extreme. My pal who has a background in all of that stuff, like grew up in all of that stuff, says that it was not atypical for the husband and wife to always include the other on any kind of communication with somebody of the opposite sex. When she told me that, my head popped off like a dandelion. However, my friend is straight, and so is the world as a whole. And my ex lived in that world. She didn't come out until her late 30s. I forget that sometimes. I'm a lesbian. I've been out for 23 years. So trying to blanket or assign heterosexual norms and relationship structures onto this, it just doesn't work. For basically my entire adult life, my friends are mostly women. My relationships have been with women. And I feel like one of the huge misconceptions of gay people is, oh, you're gay? Oh, you just must want to have sex with all the women you meet. Huh? That is residual stuff left over from, I think, Christian heterosexual brainwashing. That somehow gay people are like these uncontrollable, rabid sexual beings who can't help themselves. I find that terribly obnoxious and hugely insulting. Oh my God, I'm just realizing this right now. That's a deep-seated belief that rests in that Christian belief system. I think it's probably possible to even be an out gay woman who still harbors part of that deep down inside. maybe really that this is bigger than the details in the minutia of what to tell or not to tell relative to friends and relationships, but much deeper than that. It just made me wonder if that is where the underlying insecurity or fear that if I develop a new friendship with somebody who's a female, that because I'm gay, I'm just gonna have to have sex with all the females. What if so much of how we are rationalizing our understanding of what a relationship should look and feel and be like, if we are pulling all of that rationality from a belief system that is completely contradictory to everything that is gay, that's going to be a pretty insecure spot to be in a relationship. I'm grateful that is not my background, because it's hard enough to be a gay person in a straight world without having just mountains of internalized shit that I'm not okay. I just want to wrap all of this on something a buddy of mine shared with me the other day by a woman named Esther Hicks. She's an inspirational speaker and author. I just loved this, what she said. A belief. Oh my God, it's so good. A belief is nothing more than a thought that you continue to think. This applies to me as well. Thanks for watching.